Welcome aboard. Thanks for joining us again for Cars and Cruising Night. It's an amazing time for us to build some friendships and cruise our cars, thank God, because Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is supposed to rain. So we had to get out tonight, get our fix. You know, I don't know. Keep getting rain in his car and our veins. A couple of things I want to do really quick is get Jason and Mike to shut up. I want to acknowledge something. This weekend, we had a phenomenal time. Where's Donovan? Is he here? Oh, yeah. We had a phenomenal time this weekend at the Benedict Castle Car Show benefiting Teen Challenge. Record-breaking numbers, to say the least. Some of the cars that showed up were ridiculously unbelievable. The who's who, and I'll let Donovan say this, the who's who of the car industry was there. And it was a fantastic car show. Now, the reason I bring this up is because everybody can make an excuse of why they don't go to a show. Everybody has opportunities to attend a lot of their favorite shows, and it's hard to make a choice. We all get back to our car at the end of the day, and what's on the front seat? 40, 50 flyers of every car show in the world. And it's really difficult to make a decision where you want to go, where you want to put your money, and what you're trying to do. Some of the things that I want to try to teach people is when you do pick a car show, you really want to pick it for the reason behind the car show. And I tell you, you couldn't have found a better charity and a better group of people to hang around than all these kids that we got to hang around with all day Sunday at the Benedict Castle. Some of the most polite young men and women you could ever chat with, and not afraid to share their stories or talk or anything. But
it's hard to believe that less than a year ago they were strung out or living out of a cardboard box or homeless, ostracized by their families. Pretty incredible.
And I'm going to tell you this. Attitude reflects leadership, because all of these kids had to be trained to do what they did. We got several of the Teen Challenge people wearing red shirts. The kids came over to us. We were all given, or we were all designated certain spots at Benedict Castle to help park cars. The HB Car Club was there in force. And they set us up with the map and all that, and here's where all the cars go. And thank goodness these Teen Challenge kids were there, because they did an amazing job of keeping the heat down, keeping people from getting fried, directing people politely. They never missed a beat. I'm going to tell you, don't miss this show next year. There is no reason for you to make an excuse to go to any other show on the weekend of the Benedict Castle, because you will have the time of your life.
We moved it off of Del Mar too, for you hot rod guys.
Anyways, go ahead. Just so you know, this is Donovan Northcote, his wife. Everyone knows Nicole McGuire Northcote,
who's on her way to Mammoth right now with her boys. Well, we got ditched. Yeah. So, but really the reason I came here is to thank the HB Car Club for their help, and just wow. Mel said just about the cars that were there and the stars that were there, and that was great. We had, Barry McGuire, who's just dad. But Mike Brewer, Ed China, Wayne Carini, Chip Foose, all sitting at the autograph table. John DiAgostino, Rick Dorr, Von Hot Rod, Troy Ladd, and who wasn't there? Andy Leach, who should have been at that table too. But just the cars that came out, high-profile cars, and that was all great. But it was guys like Mel and Big Mike and Kent and the guys at Joe who came out and helped. We had a lot of HB guys that came out and helped, showed up at before the butt crack of dark 30, man, and got there. And then Jim St. Pierre, who helps with the Grand Nationals, came out and helped, and just the Teen Challenge students and the different people that helped is what made the difference, because we were overwhelmed. We were completely overwhelmed. We expected like 250 cars, and like 3 days before, my wife won't shut it off. I'm like, shut it off, shut it off, shut it off. And she's like, I ain't shutting it off, that's money for Teen Challenge. So she just kept bringing cars on, and vendors were pouring on, and we were close to 300 cars. We had 250 volunteers, including the Teen Challenge students that were there, and just, it was overwhelming, the response. And we raised We're at like 240,000 right now, and it's still climbing.
Wow.
So it was a great job, and we couldn't have done it without the help that you guys provided for us. And I'm just here really to say thank you so much for not only helping but promoting the show, and you know, sending people our way. We really appreciate it. And every penny went to Teen Challenge. My wife and I didn't get one dime of it, so it just made it. Thank you very much. Next year it'll be the last weekend of March, so we're not on Del Mar. Not that that hurt us at all, I don't think, but we did have about 5 or 6 guys drag their cars up from Del Mar, so it was kind of cool. Just to brag a little bit, it was kind of cool to see Chip Foose dragging a car to the show, you know, from Del Mar and then driving it onto the property. That was probably a highlight for me. I don't know. I would see Chip everywhere. It was kind of cool that he was driving.
Were you
the
supposed to
property
be there?
property. And there's still big things in the works too that he's talked about doing for the show. So we're not done yet. We may do a lot more than 240. So we're excited about that and the opportunities that have come up. Thank you.